Japan Heritage Kasamashiko. Did you know that located about 2 hours from Tokyo, there are 2 pottery-making districts in Japan producing Kasamayaki and Mashikoyaki pottery? Kasama and Mashiko are neighbors separated by mountains. They were accredited as Japan Heritage in 2020 as areas and tales suitable to conveying Japan's culture and traditions. This is Kasamashiko, the story woven by twin pottery-making districts. The older sibling is Kasama, and the younger sibling is Mashiko. We'll take a closer look at the story's history and appeal. Since ancient times, Kasama and Mashiko have been blessed with the clay, water, and timber necessary for pottery making. Similar characteristics can be seen in the Sueki style of earthenware, excavated from the ruins of Kasamashiko kilns dating from around the 8th to 10th centuries. This indicates the districts were already in the same technical sphere at that time. The Utsunomiya samurai clan ruled the area for approximately 500 years from the 11th century. It brought culture and arts to Kasamashiko from Kyoto and Kamakura that greatly impacted the aesthetic sense of Kasamayaki and Mashikoyaki. The history of Kasamayaki began in the 1770s when Hangemon Kuno built a kiln in Kasama. The history of Mashikoyaki began when Keizaburo Otsuka, who trained at the kiln, built a kiln in Mashiko in 1852. That is how the twin pottery-making districts of Kasama and Mashiko started the journey of crafting pottery after 1,000 years. In the 20th century, changes occurred in each of the pottery styles. In Mashiko, Shoji Hamada promoted the Mingei movement that changed the prevailing aesthetic value and gave ordinary household objects a beauty that rivals works of art. Furthermore, he brought innovation to Mashikoyaki by using only conventionally utilized clay and 7 types of glaze called yuyaku. He had a major influence on pottery artisans worldwide through techniques such as glaze pouring, which he had mastered, and striking dynamic pieces focusing on utility. This resulted in many young pottery artisans gathering in Mashiko, and the town becoming one of the leading pottery-making areas in Japan. Kasama Artist Village was built in Kasama. In addition to pottery artisans, many talented painters, sculptors, and fabric weavers relocated there. New expressions and techniques were produced for pottery as well. Neriage is an old technique passed down from ancient times that forms patterns through the combination of different colors of clay. Kosei Matsui made use of neriage to develop a modern technique. He had a huge impact on Japanese pottery by expanding the possibilities of expression, forging a world of original artwork, and elevating Kasamayaki to the domain of art.
Kasama のスタイルっていうのは手作りブランドですね。もう全世界に向けて発信したいっていうか、その手作りブランドっていうのを皆さんに PR したいと思います。はい。やっぱり後世に残るものをものづくりをしてほしいなと思うんですね。その時代だけで終わるんじゃなくて、一般の方々が扱ってよかったなと。そういうものづくりを若い人たちにしてほしいなと思いますね。
マシコ焼きの素晴らしさ、良さ胸を張って言えるのは400の焼き物屋さんが自分のオリジナルを作ってると。その人たちが日々毎日技術レベル、感覚レベルを測ってんだと。そういう各個人個人が高みを目指していってるっていうのがマシコ焼きの素晴らしさじゃないかなと思います。
Kasamashiko cultivated an environment of pottery craftsmanship. while absorbing rich culture and adapting to the various periods. Visitors are sure to be delightfully impressed with this area filled with abundant nature that is not far from Tokyo. I'll be showing you around Kasamashiko. Let's go! Go here for information on getting to Kasama, one of the twin pottery-making districts of Kasamashiko. You can find a variety of information on Kasama history and sightseeing at Kasama History Exchange Center, Izutsuya. I was able to get a guide map, so many places to see, I'm very excited. You'll first want to visit the symbol of the city of Kasama, Kasama Inari Jinja Shrine. Built in 651, it is one of the 3 largest Inari shrines in Japan. The main sanctuary was constructed around the middle of the 1800s and features carvings by a master craftsman from that time. The streets leading up to the shrine and the nearby neighborhoods are lined with shops offering souvenirs and the well-known specialty Inari Zushi. It's always buzzing with tourists. Kuno Toen Pottery Studio is a must-see when exploring the history of Kasamayaki. It's the pottery established by Haemon Kuno around 250 years ago, where Keizaburo Otsuka studied pottery making. The old climbing kiln that still remains here is the very wellspring that gave birth to the twin pottery-making districts of Kasamashiko. At this historical pottery, you can try making your own earthenware.
いいですね。そしたら左手でコントロールしたら右手を中に入れて、そうそうそうそう。はい、OK。
We recommend Kasama Cycling, a bicycle sharing system you can utilize to sightsee around the city. The power-assisted bicycles can be used or returned with a smartphone from any of the 5 bicycle stations in the city. Let's take one of the bicycles to explore Kasama. Kasama Geijutsu no Mori Park has been created on the theme of traditional crafts and new figurative arts. Ibaraki Ceramic Art Museum exhibits excellent artworks with high artistic quality. This includes works from the Ibaraki native Kosei Matsui and other living national treasures throughout Japan, as well as pieces from up-and-coming artists. Craft Hills Kasama has a hands-on workshop, Furei Kobo, where you can make pottery, as well as Center Plaza, where handicrafts are sold. Our top recommendation for strolling around Kasama is Gallery Road. Here, you'll find rows of shops and potteries. You can pick up and touch Kasamayaki pottery created by various craft artists, from young artisans to famous artists as well. Exploring stylish cafes is one of the greatest pleasures of sightseeing in Kasama. Roadside Station Kasama has a cafe shop specializing in chestnuts from Kasama. Be sure to try the chestnut sweets that are all made right in the shop. Go here for information on getting to Mashiko, the other twin pottery-making district of Kasamashiko. We suggest roaming around Mashiko by bicycle. You can get a convenient map for enjoying roaming the town at any of the 7 bicycle rental spots. You'll have fun effortlessly roaming around Mashiko by bicycle. Visit Mashiko Museum of Ceramic Art if you want to learn about the uniqueness and rich history of Mashikoyaki. At the museum, you can view works by Shoji Hamada and Tatsuzo Shimaoka, who were designated living national treasures. as well as outstanding works from pottery artisans associated with the town of Mashiko. The former home of Shoji Hamada has been relocated to ceramic art messe Mashiko, and the climbing kiln has been restored. If you want to find out even more about Shoji Hamada, go to the Shoji Hamada Memorial Mashiko Sankokan Museum.
浜田さんの作品の特徴は何ですか？
はい、非常に躍動感あふれる大胆な力強い表現が多いですね。いくつかの代表的な要約をしっかり使って、独自の芸術性の高い作品を生み出していったというのが特徴ですね。
You can get a feel for his worldwide view, see many of his artworks, as well as tour the workshop and kiln amid the rich nature of the museum grounds. Visitors can also take a break while enjoying a relaxing cup of tea. The first historical spot you'll want to visit is the main hall of Jizoin Temple, which was constructed in 1193. Inside the main hall are works that give a glimpse of the aesthetic sense from those days, including a Ryokai mandala and a wooden Amida Sanzon statue said to have been sculpted by Kaikei, a sculptor representative of Japan at that time. Right beside it are Tsuna Jinja Shrine and Okura Jinja Shrine, which were constructed in the same period as the main hall of Jizoin Temple. This space, surrounded by trees, is strangely mesmerizing and will make you forget the passage of time. Saimyoji Temple is an ancient temple said to have been built in 737. Here, you can view cultural properties associated with the Utsunomiya clan that ruled the area and their vassals, the Mashiko clan, and also the nationally designated cultural properties of the Tower Gate and three-storied pagoda. In Enma Hall, you'll encounter a rare statue of Enma, King of Hell, that is called the Laughing Enma. Kokaigawa Cycling Road is a popular spot to go roaming by bicycle. Between Mashiko Station and roadside station Mashiko, you can view Moka Railway from directly below. Roadside station Mashiko offers sweets including custard pudding served in small mashiko-yaki pots. If you want to enjoy strolling around town in Mashiko, then head to the main road Jonaizaka Street. It's lined with shops selling mashiko-yaki and restaurants and cafes serving dishes on mashiko-yaki ware.
Wow, the plate perfectly complements the sweets. It looks so delicious.
It's a lot of fun just wandering along this road while looking at items used in day-to-day life, such as pottery, handicrafts, and household goods. Higeta Indigo Dye Studio is a dye house with over 200 years of history. It remains committed to the traditional natural dyeing process that uses indigo dyeing and vegetable dyeing from long ago.
綺麗な青ですね。
木綿を染める染料としては最適の青色を染める素材だったのですから、日本人の医療の 80% は我々恋屋が担ってきたっていうくらい、ほとんど愛の世界一色だった時代がずっと続きました。
Within the thatched roof building, there are 72 indigo vats. You can watch this process of indigo dyeing that is highly regarded around the world. Iwashita Seito Pottery Studio was established in 1866. The largest climbing kilns in the Kanto region and the oldest in Mashiko are preserved on the grounds. They have been designated a cultural property by the town. You can also enjoy pottery making firsthand.
できました。
Today, there are over 600 pottery artisans practicing their craft in Kasamashiko. They create a uniquely beautiful pottery culture closely entwined with daily living that brings excitement to all 5 senses of the people who visit.
During my stay here in Kasama and Mashiko, I got to indulge in the rich history, culture, and the delicious sweets as well. A memorable destination filled with a variety of beautiful pottery. It was truly an enlightening and comfortable experience here in Kasamashiko City.